165, and that's Gabriel Salas, an offensive tackle. He will play a lot this afternoon. So we have the simulated toss of the coin. I guess that's correct, right, Mo? Since we've already had the official toss, they're walking to midfield. I guess that's for TV purposes, no doubt, even though we don't have a TV game this afternoon. Maybe that's why, Moses.
Yeah, I think so, because I know they've already done the corner over there, and I think there's a camera next to me. That's why there's some interference, so let me move out of the way. But they've already done their introductions, and they already know who won the toss, so, and it's going to be MacArthur over here in the south zone receiving. And I think that's what they do. The referee, he turns on his mic, as you can hear him now, and he's going to do it again, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
When you see Coach Tomalander, the athletic director from the Northeast Independent School District, you might corner him at one timeout or sometime during the ballgame and ask him about next week's playoff game. There's the signal. MacArthur has won the toss. So I know he was on the sideline earlier, so if you see him, you might grab him and ask him about that. We are ready to go, and it will be MacArthur receiving. And we have an outstanding array of young athletes on the field below. The hometown team today is the Victoria Stingarees, and they are in their home red jerseys, red pants with their white numerals, their red helmets with the sting on the helmet. And then, of course, MacArthur in its white uniform, white jerseys and blue pants. We expect a fantastic football fiesta this afternoon, and we have all the hoopla and hullabaloo that goes along with a playoff game in Texas. No matter where you are this afternoon, I'm sure you have this same kind of atmosphere.
You know, it's a possibility for MacArthur and New Braunfels to meet up again in the next round of playoffs and to have a rematch of that game. You know how close it was. It came right down to the wire. We could possibly have that same exact scenario again.
And we've been told that should it be MacArthur, they might play next Friday night here, should they win against New Braunfels. And that may be true of Victoria, too, because Mark Reeve also wants to play here. And Clayton Ellinger will kick it away for the Victoria Stings. And here's the loop. It's a high end-over-ender. It's going to go deep to J.J. Budd, and he just puts a knee down. A long, high kick. First and 10 for the Breamers at their own 20-yard line. Budd, Ramirez, Washington, Berko, Morris, Ramirez, and Joey Johnson.
Chalk that one up to nerves just a little bit. You don't see J.J. Budd drop one too often, but he fumbled around with that one in the end zone and did the smart play and decided just to down it. A little bit of jitters working for MacArthur and J.J. Budd just then.
Heck, I've got the jitters working. I'm not even in the ball game. Coming in wide right, wide left. There's Robert Douglas. He's a speedster. Here's the handoff straight up the middle. Goes to Roderick Reynolds, gets from the 20 to the 26-yard line, and making the hit is Wayland Hart. A gain of 6. Second and 4. Straight up the middle. That's their bread and butter play, Moses Aguilar.
Well, that's the thing that Victoria's going to have to be real leery about today, because they've never met a line as big as these guys of MacArthur. You know, I think the biggest guy on the defensive line for Victoria is about 252, so these guys are going to have a good long day today.
Jonathan Shopper is in now in the alternating system. Roderick Reynolds in motion, left to right. This is Shopper. Fakes. Look out. He's sacked way back at the 15. They knew that was coming. There is a triple red sack pack led by Marchbanks and Juiced. 6'1", 230, and 6 feet, 286. Does he move for a big guy? So it's -10. It'll be 3rd and 15. Whoa.
Well, you see, they never saw it coming, and Marchbanks just got in there so quickly, and that was a big, big play for Victoria. If they can strand the MacArthur Breamers on 3 and out down here and have the ball in great scoring position and take the early lead, that could be a decisive key to this ball game.
You're right. Double wide out set right. This is the handoff. It's Reynolds. No place to go. Again, it's Brandon Grunwald, 6 foot 200-pound inside linebacker, and it's 3 and out.
Well, that's just what this Victoria team needed. Get that fire behind them earlier, get the momentum going their way. They're going to have wonderful field position if they can field this punt, and that is exactly how it needed to happen. Textbook football.
Bo Perry will kick it away, and he stands at his own 2-yard line. Returning will be Tommy Cook, 4.4 speed. Here's the snap, the kick. It's a high one, bouncing, and going to go dead. Good kick, all the way down to the 33-yard line, 32-yard line. That was a fantastic kick by Bo Perry with not a very good snap, and it's a 52-yard boot, no return.
Well, that's not something you see very often. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds about 7 yards back down the field and took a funny roll and went back into play. That was just amazing. That's exactly how the MacArthur Brahmas would have wanted it to happen.
All right, it will be at quarterback, Robert Mejia. He will alternate, and he has got in the tailback position, Chad Lunn. Speedster, strong side left at the 32. Long count. He's back to pass the inside handoff. It's not Lunn. Instead, it goes to Cedric Brown, 6'2", 215, a senior. No place to go. Making hit is Brett Brasino. You'll have Gomez, Meno, Ortiz, Roberts, Brasino, Johnson, Trevino, Servine, Davis, Crouch, and Carter for the defensive unit for the Brahmas. A gain of 2, maybe, Shannon.
That's the guy you want to get the ball to. Big 6'2", 215. After this game, he should have over 1,500 yards this season.
At the 35. Now this is still Mejia. Long count, strong side left. He's back to pass. He throws. He floats it downfield. There's a man that's way overthrown. J.J. Budd defending, intended for the wideout, Tim Van Zandt. He just couldn't get there. You'll have Tommy Cook out on the flank some. Then you'll have Van Zandt. Your down people are Tony Jarkish, Wyatt, Spraka, Rosales, Schamberger, and Penley. Moses, it was a quick start for the MacArthur Brahmas. This is a big play for them now.
Well, so far it's like a prize fight right now. They're both feeling each other out, seeing what they got, and they're going to be it's going to be a great game. It's just a good start of it right now.
Van Zandt and Cook are wide right. Now he is the man under, and he fakes. He rolls. There's illegal procedure, I think, as being stripped and knocked down. Making the chase again is Jared Meno, along with Lonnie Roberts, the little squatty body.
Lonnie Roberts just really tattooed Mejia just then. He's going to feel that one for a little while. That was a big, big hit.
Will they have the option? Offside MacArthur. Oh, I thought there was motion, Mo. Of course, you're a little distant from the scene, but it looked like there was motion against Victoria.
Well, if it was in motion, somebody missed the call because somebody definitely in the line moved, Gary, and there might have been somebody in MacArthur in the neutral zone, but still, there's movement in there. That play should have been called dead.
Schamberger, 252. He's the 5'10" senior tackle. And he is a giant, so it'll be 3rd and 3, or maybe 4. Yeah, I think somebody did move, but...
but I think they said Meno was lined up in the neutral zone.
Could have been. Lunn comes in now at fullback. And you've got Brian Penley at 6'3", 210 over at tight end right. Strong side right. Lunn is the fullback. Long count, hand off to Big Lunn, and he has no place to go. It's 4th down. It's still 4th down and about 2, and just a great tackle made, and making the stop is Brett Brasino. He had 37 solos and 49 assists coming into this game, and he's assisted by Andrew Morgan. So it's 4th and punt time, so we've had 2 series now of 3 and out, and it's 3rd and maybe 1. Will they gamble here?
No, I think they're going to back up and punt this one away.
Yeah, it's a little early, and they really don't want to give MacArthur this kind of field position right now.
Clayton Ellinger will kick from his own 27. He's the place kicker and the punter. Here's the snap, and here's the kick. He has to hurry. He gets it away, and watching it is Morgan. Takes a bounce back toward the Victoria into the field and out of bounds at the 25. 33-yard kick and no return, but so MacArthur is held. And it's, as Shannon and Mo have indicated, like 2 heavyweight sluggers in there punching one another, seeing who's going to give first. And after the clinch, the bell rings and they go back to the bench. It's 1st and 10 at the 25, no score. And in the quarter, we have 7:50 to play. Let's see what happens on this series for the Brahmas. They started their own 20 last time. A 10-yard sack put them back. Perkins, man under, gives it off to Roderick Reynolds. He's stopped for a yard loss. And the first guy to get to him is George Joost, 6'1", 230. He's a junior, racing in on the blitz. And they had that one smelled out. So the right side, Morris and Ramirez did not hold him off. And it will be 2nd down and 11.
What a name for a big defensive lineman, Juiced. And he is juiced up and ready to play today.
Let's see, going out of the lineup. Well, we'll catch it in a moment, but right now it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Brahmas. They've had nowhere to go. Strong side right. This is Perkins. He's back. The Shopper's back to pass. He's chased. He throws. It is caught by Bud. Look out. He's at the 35, the 40. He's up to the 45, the 50, the 45-yard line. J.J. Bud. 30-yard pass in mud. Going for the interception was one of the defenders, and he missed it. Waylon Hart was, I think, the linebacker going after it, and J.J. Bud took it down the far sideline.
J.J. Bud just ran a really nice flag pattern and got open. He had a step on the defender and a nifty little piece of running after he caught the ball. That is just the way he always does it. He is a dandy little receiver.
It's at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. This is the first effort of penetration that the Brahmas have had into Victoria territory. Now it's a 5-man front. In motion comes Carter. Back to pass. It's Shopper. He throws. It's a floater, and it's incomplete. It's Jennifer Carter. No, it's Perkins, I'm sorry. Jonathan Shopper threw that first one, and Perkins threw this one. And making the hit is Billy Canchola, and he Cancholaed him, no doubt.
Oh, that ball was intended for Robert Douglas, and he had his hands on it. He's just a young sophomore wide receiver, and he got laid out just a little bit, and boy, did he ever pay for that one.
Let's go down to Mo.
Well, the defensive line right now doing a pretty good job of giving both quarterbacks enough time to throw the ball. They're even looking at their second and third secondary receivers. And here comes Shopper back in. He did a real good job to get that ball to J.J. Bud earlier. He looked away and came over here, and J.J. Bud in a good pass right so far.
So you will have Douglas wide right, along with J.J. Bud. This is the rollout by Shopper. Tries to turn the corner. Boy, he has no place to go, and he's drilled for a yard loss. Great pursuit made by Billy Canchola. And Blanchard was also coming up, so Shopper just didn't have any place to go and tried to turn the corner, and there was a traffic cop there, and he got a ticket.
Well, Canchola saw that one transpiring, and he came all the way up from the cornerback position and made the hit. That was just a nice defensive play.
6:14 to play in the quarter. Jason Washington checks in. So you know it's going to be a running play, or maybe Roderick Reynolds goes out. And Washington is not at quarterback. He's at tailback. And J.J. Bud goes in motion, left to right.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Oh, no, I was going to say, they just wasted too much time out there.
Too much time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Well, they were just a little bit confused, and illegal procedure, delay of game.
That's going to put them about 3rd and 17.
And, you know, they're going to have to get used to that, gentlemen, because of the fact that they do play out of the Northeast Stadium out there where there is a clock out there that you can see how much time you have left, and they kind of got used to that this year, I believe, and now they don't have any clock at all.
Very good point, Mo. I think that should be required in every major stadium where you have a big game like this. It's a 5-6-man front. In motion goes J.J. Bud. And they shift, and this is the rollout by Shopper. This is to Washington. Tries to come back. Gets a block. He gets to the 50. Another flag. There's a illegal block, and he is out of bounds and tripped up at the 40-yard line. There are 2 flags.
Yeah, but great effort. You've got to give it to him. Washington just really made something happen. That should have been about a 5-yard loss. He ended up taking it upfield, and it is going to be an illegal block in the back, I believe. They're going to send them back. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, that would have been a gain of about 8, but instead it's going to go the other way.
The coaches are motioning to take the penalty and move them back.
Illegal block, so it will be against the Brahmas. And Mo, this is not the kind of start Van Bushak wanted.
Well, you know, the call right there, the first flag that was thrown, it was that there wasn't enough men in the backfield, and you know, they had a problem to begin with because they got a 5-yard penalty for delay of game because they weren't lined up right. Well, they got the penalty, and then they came out and ran the same play, and they end up getting the penalty. Right now, MacArthur seems to be going backwards after that one pass. They looked like they were getting their nerves together and stuff, but right now, they're a little bit confused, a little bit nervous, looks like, guys.
And it's all the way back to the 27, so it's going to be 3rd down.
3rd and...
halfway to New Braunfels Unicorn Stadium.
Oh, yeah. 3rd and a very long way.
Of course, it was from the point of the infraction. That's the reason it was such a long penalty. It was a bad block. The block was at about the 40. That's at the 27-yard line.
3rd and 37.
It's a 37-yard pickup is necessary. I don't know what they can do here. Just Hail Mary. Beat Roger and Drew. This is Shopper, straight up the middle. Big fella. Turns outside. Hey, he's at the 45, the 50, and he gets back 26 yards on the carry.
He almost made it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Great run by young Jonathan Shopper. Boy, he threaded the needle and sewed up the button on that one.
You know, Schopper is not afraid to run. He's a big guy, 6'2", 175 pounds for a high school quarterback. He does a good job, just couldn't quite get there that time.
Angelo Ramirez gave him a good block, and he gets back 26 yards, but they still have 4th and 11. But that was great effort by Schopper, and this will be punt time one more time. The snap is a good one. The kick is away. It's a high end-over-ender. Going to go out of bounds at about the
12.
13. That's good. That's close. 34-yard kick, but no return. And so here again, we have no score. 4:51 to play in the quarter. Want to thank Jesse Jones for assisting us this afternoon, doing a great job, even with all the soldering he's had to do here at the last minute. He might, you know, he may never been a soldier, but he certainly was a good solderer. Oh, that's bad.
That was weak.
Here we go. It will be, let's see, this time Reeve at quarterback. Reeve is the man under now in the alternating system. Here's the handoff straight up the middle, and it's about a 4-yard pickup. Carrying the ball was Cedric Brown. Making the stop is Jared Minnow.
Well, Cedric Brown, he averages almost 6 yards a carry, 5.9 yards a carry. Like I said, he'll go over 1,500 yards this game, and Matt is your go-to man. You've got to get the ball to him. Except MacArthur, you know, they've got that tough defensive line. They're going to have a tough time getting through, and I think you're going to have to try to get some plays to the outside.
2nd and 7 at the 15, just across at the 16. And here is the reverse, and it's going to be, oh my, what a great play. It's a sack and a play made by number 20, Thomas Bellows, a 15-yard loss. That looked like it was the halfback option, but the halfback could never get rid of it.
Sacked him all the way back at the 3-yard.
What a great play, Moses Aguilar. Unbelievable defense.
Wow.
Well, I tell you, both offenses have tried to run around the corner on both offensive series, and they're not able to right now. They're both fighting out that both defenses have a lot of speed and a lot of good containment.
You talk about containment. So it'll be 3rd and about 22. But it's at the 2-yard line, maybe the 3. Here is a quick kick, and it's a nice quick kick, and it's going to go, well, right into the hands of Andrew Morgan. Tries to turn outside, and he's in trouble. Gets up to midfield. He should have just taken it right there. He lost 5 yards on the return, but that was a great quick kick up to midfield. I love to see the quick kick in football. Travis Schamberger makes the stop.
I haven't seen the quick kick many, many seasons.
Since Darrell Royal was coaching Texas. Last time I saw.
Well, if you remember, Jerry Comlander used to run that play at Churchill with a young man named Wally McCampbell.
Your memory's better than mine.
Good memory. Way to go, Shannon.
It's at the midfield mark. And it's 1st and 10 for the Brahmas after the defense has risen to the occasion. You've got 3:17 to play, no score. First period, Victoria MacArthur. The Brahmas trying to get something started offensively. Pitch back to Roderick Reynolds. He gets by the first man, still on his feet. He breaks it. He's got the first down, 11-yard pickup. That was just sheer strength in his hips and legs as Billy Blanchard makes the stop. He flexed his muscle, bulged his biceps, and lifted the weights for a big 11-yard pickup.
That's that big Jim Brown type running that you like to see out of a stocky running back like that. That is the key to keep those legs pumping and driving and moving forward, and keep your shoulders horizontal to the goal line.
Well, that was the 2D run. That was determination and dedication, because that's what did it. He wanted it so badly. At the 39, that's only the 2nd first down for the Brahmas. Joey Johnson out wide right. He's got a trip set on the left. This is Perkins rolling, throwing, looking for Joey Johnson. He's in the clear. He can't get there.
He was wide open.
He was wide open, and defending was Jerome Bates, but he had no chance.
If you notice, about the 20-yard line, he kind of stumbled just a little bit. It was right there in front of Mo. Do you think he got his feet hung up on the turf a little bit, Mo?
Well, you know, with Joey Johnson's height, he had an opportunity to catch a ball that would have been thrown up in the air just a little bit. That was thrown on the line too much that it was a little bit over his head. If he would have given him an opportunity to jump up and catch the ball or get underneath it, that would have been 6 right there, gentlemen.
2nd and 10 at the 39. As coming in is Stephen Carter, an out wide receiver. You have Servine also in. This is the drop, and it pass out to Servine. He gets to the 30 and out of bounds. Close to the first down at the 29. Chasing him out of bounds is Billy Canchola, who's played a heck of a game defensively for the Victoria Stingarees. 2:36 to play in the first. No score. The Brahmas are on the move.
Yeah, you're right, Gary. Number 21, Canchola, I think he's 5'10", 170 pounds, 2-year letterman. boy, he'll put the helmet to you real quick. I've already seen him with about 2 or 3 big hits out here in the secondary.
They're going to measure it, bring it across all the way from across the field. This is Ken's radio, AM 1160.
I think he's got it.
Shannon
Oh, here we go.
was correct a while ago.
We're starting early.
Gave up his contact lenses a few years ago. Let's see if it paid off. No, it's short.
He's got it.
He got it. Well, I'll give up my contact lens. 10-yard pickup on that last pass and run from to Servine. Was that Perkins or Shopper that threw that ball?
Walter, can we put that on the stat board?
Shopper is
Shopper.
2 of 2 now
And
for 40 yards.
You know, Gary Fuchek right now doing a good job of mixing up his plays. Now he's just not running up the middle and trying to run outside. He's spreading out the defense, as you might say.
Rosso Armand in at wide receiver along with Douglas. And Joey Johnson on the wing. Fake to Roderick Reynolds. This is Perkins. He throws. There's a man in the clear, and it's Bird. He's got it for 6. He bobbled it, tossed it up, came down with it, and had the tiddlywink touchdown.
What an acrobatic catch just then. J.J. Budd tipped it up, caught it. He was stumbling forward, brought it in, and fell into the end zone. That was absolutely amazing.
He wanted that football on a basketball catch, didn't he?
Boy, he did.
Well, I tell you, we've talked to Coach Van Fuchek before, and he says the guy that has the best hands that he trusts to throw the ball to in any situation is J.J. Budd, and that was good concentration right there by J.J.
Well, it will be PAT time, and this has been one of the albatross problems. And here's the kick. It is up. It is high. Flag is down. The kick is good. Made by Nathan Botoldo. Let's see what the flag is meaning, Mo.
Well, if it's going to be anything, it's usually defensive being offsides, lining up in the neutral zone. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
You guys are too good. You're too good. We'll be back. It's 7-0 early in the first quarter. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. MacArthur 7, Victoria nothing. We'll be back with this high school playoff game in 60 seconds.
Northwest Bank has
One of the good defensive years that MacArthur has had this year is Johnson. He's had a great year, guys.
Well, it's 1st and 10 at the 10.5, so they can get a first down without going in. But now timeout is called, and it's going to be called by the Brahmas, I believe.
Yeah, it is. Coach Fuchek a little upset over there. I think they were lined up in the wrong situation, and he wants to talk about it right now. MacArthur with a real good defense. You know, these guys have been all year, but they really don't break, and Victoria's going to have a tough time to getting in the end zone.
Well, if you look, MacArthur's statistics are very impressive so far. A total of 100 yards, 69 passing, 31 rushing, 4 first downs, 0 of 2 on third down conversions, and penalized 3 times for 31 yards. And if I remember correctly, 2 of those were almost all of it in one play, which gave them 3rd and 37 or some unbelievable number like that. And then you look at Victoria, 59 total yards, 44 passing, 15 rushing, 2 first downs, 0 of 2 on third down conversions, and they have yet to be penalized. But the key is for MacArthur, as we told you, they have been moving the ball around quite a bit, and their passing game is really on. You look at, we have 1 of 3 for Perkins, 29 yards, 1 TD, and Shopper is 2 of 2 for 40 yards. So both MacArthur quarterbacks looking very impressive so far.
Cedric Brown had 1,421 yards coming into the game, and of course, Rena Lewis, senior, the senior had 600. So they're the 2 leading rushers. Chad Lund had 227 yards.
Gary, real quickly, Brian Morris, number 61, in this defensive line right now.
It will be 1st and 10. And now timeout called by Victoria, as they see an alignment that they don't know what to do with. And I really missed that 25-second clock.
Yeah, that is nice to have, not only for the spectators, but especially the football players, because they know exactly where they are and how much time. It's a time management situation that they can learn, because that's what they have to do in college with the young men that are going to go on to college and play football up there.
These teams are really so equal. The Stingerees have 2,604 yards. MacArthur has 2,635. Now that's rushing. And in passing, they're very equal as well, 648, or rather 978. And compared to the rushing of Victoria, 1,071.
Well, like we said at the beginning of the ball game, these 2 teams run almost identical offenses. And so that is quite understandable.
Except MacArthur doesn't have that number 99. That's a giant at fullback.
Well, or the 215-pound tailback.
This will be play number 8 in the drive. After that long pass, now they shift again. Lund is back in at fullback. This is Mejia. Pitching it back, and it's the tailback, and it's Cedric Brown. He finds a hole, but it closes in a hurry. He gets maybe a yard or two. And there is a Mac pack led by Joey Johnson, Luis Servine, Jared Minnow, Jason Washington, and the last one, Thomas Bellows.
I'd say that's just about everybody.
2-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
That's
Brown has 17 yards on 5 carries, and he is the go-to guy. Now, Rennell Lewis is in at tailback. And Lund, they break the full house or the power eye. And Mejia will probably pass on this down. He fakes, he rolls to his left. He's got daylight. Look out. He is going to be in for a touchdown. He rolled left, had daylight, and nobody could shut the door on him. Great drive by the Stingarees, thanks to that long bomb from Mejia to Tommy Cook. 8-yard gain. And we have a new ball game. And Mellinger will be in to try the PAT. That was a 79-yard drive in just 9 plays. Impressive. Well, now remember, this team is undefeated. Here's the snap, the kick. It is up, it is high, it is perfect. 10:55 to play. Second quarter, 7-7. Back in 60. This is playoff football. And then Mejia took it in for the touchdown. It's 7-7. And you have 10:55 left to play here in the first half. 7-7. And a real Donnybrook. 2 heavyweights going at it. Mellinger will approach and kick. And it's a long end-over-ender, and J.J. Budd watches it at the 5, picks it up at the 4, and he's to the 10, tries to turn outside, falls down at the 19. Tried to turn as he did. His foot tripped, and he's submitted, and down there to help him is Kellen Perry on the specialty unit, so it's 1st and 10 for the Brahmas now. It's a new game, 7-7. It's just where we started, the 19-yard line. And coming in a quarterback is Mike Perkins. Coming into this ball game, 48 of 100 for 755 yards, 4 touchdowns. Roderick Reynolds has been held in check. Now it's tackle over as they switch to the right. Pitch back to Roderick Reynolds, and he gets a yard and a half. They just cannot break through that big red defense. Reynolds is stopped, and making the hit will be Eddie Johnson and Brandon Brunor.
Well, if you remember watching Reynolds all year at the MacArthur games that we have done, he's always been a bit of a slow starter, so I look for him to pick up the pace here in just a little while.
I think you're right. I think the tackle over, as Walter was saying to us, they indicated that it worked so well for East Central against New Braunfels last week. That was a brilliant offensive strategy for East Central. Now in at running back for the MacArthur Brahmas is Ross Ormond, and he's the up man. Straight up the middle on a quarterback keep, and it's Shopper. He gets close to 5 yards, just a big surge up the middle, led by Morris and Burkle. Waylon Hart makes the stop. It'll be 3rd down and maybe 4. Closer to 5, so he got 4 yards, and Shopper goes out, Perkins back in.
I think the key is to get the ball to J.J. Budd.
0-2 on 3rd down conversion try, 7-7 score. Clock reads 9:27 and ticking. MacArthur going from my left to right. This is Douglas wide right. And he's joined out on the flank by Chris Cash, who can also fly. And here's the handoff straight up the middle. It's to Roderick Reynolds. He's free. He's close to the 1st down. If he gets no, he's going to be stopped. No, he got it. I'm not sure.
I think he's going to be just a little bit short.
That's where the spot. Yeah, they moved it back a foot. That's going to be the difference.
Well, they definitely gave him a wrong marking there, guys, because usually when you get hit like that and you get hit backwards and your forward motion has already carried you to a certain
good point, Mom.
line, that they give you that line, and they didn't give it to him that time.
Well, the thing is he was trying to change direction and get back the other way. I think that may be the reason that he got the spot that he did.
So Cole and Blanchard make the stop on him. And this is a measurement time. It looks like it's going to be just about 6 inches short. Yeah, it is.
It looks like he's got it. If he's got it, it's I don't know what a tie goes to, but if it goes to the offense, they got it.
He may be short by a credit card.
Oh, it's an inch. You got to go.
Yeah,
You got to go for it.
Well, offensive line guys, you got to go. You're exactly right.
Which way do you put that credit card, though, Shannon? You put it on its edge or on its face? Which?
You have to put it on its face.
Oh, okay.
It's that close. But I believe that makes me 2 for 2.
No, it's 2. It's 1 and 1.5.
Well, it is so close that...
that is
unbelievable.
You can barely see daylight.
Jason Washington is in a quarterback.
And now comes a situation where if they do have any type of penetration, I'm talking about the defense, have any kind of penetration, and then it all depends on the mark. And this is where I always feel that it's the referees, linemen, that they have to really pay attention.
It's an 8-man front.
Now you watch as they wedge in close and try to drive just up the middle. Look for Jason Washington just to follow his big men.
Well, he's got a bunch of them. Here's the snap. Roderick Reynolds, I don't know.
Yeah, he got it.
I think.
Yeah, he got it on second effort.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he got a good spot on that one.
That was close.
Yeah, he got it.
Yep, he got
it by about the length of a size 8 shoe. Yep, it is a first down.
Victoria fans are not happy about that
that's
one.
a good
I
spot.
think it's a good call. Good spot. You're right.
Oh, they're going to measure it because I'm sure Coach Reeves just wants to see where that ball is.
Well, I was a little surprised Washington didn't keep it, because by the time you give it off in the backfield, they've got a chance to surge forward on the defensive unit.
That's right. It's especially going with the off-tackle run. Not something we expected, but then again, it's not something that Victoria expected either.
By the length, I'm sorry, it's a size 12 shoe. And it's 1st and 10. As Billy Blanchard was one of about 5 big red defenders in on a stop. 1st and 10, and that is number 5 first downs for the MacArthur Brahmas, and that was hard fought for. 8:48 to play in the second period, 7-7. Douglas wide left. Wide right is J.J. Budd. This is Perkins. Dario Davis, no gain. They have really scouted well that pitch out to Dario. They have Roderick, as far as that's concerned.
And we can't say enough about the speed of this Victoria defense. They have been all over the place, and their containment back to the inside has been absolutely spectacular.
Houston Johnson, the double J's, make the hit. He gained a yard, and it's 2nd and 9. And it's still 7-7, 8:10 to play in the quarter. MacArthur would like to get something out of their own end of the field. This is a little pass to J.J. Budd. He dropped it. Yeah. But defending was Cody Cole, but a little bit behind him, though, I think.
Budd trying to turn up field before he was able to corral the ball, and just not able to hang on. But he had room to run if he could have pulled that one in.
0-3 on 3rd down, just 3rd and 9, so this is a very important play. They'll probably have to go to the air, Moses, I get on.
Oh, they definitely are in that line. If Shopper can drop back maybe 4 or 5 steps and really take a good look at a receiver and put the ball right there in the numbers, they can get it done. That offensive line is doing a good job right now.
Douglas and Budd back at the 29. Here's the fake. Chopper rolls to his right. He's trying to find daylight, and he is going to be short by 4. Tried to follow his big line, and there was no place to go. Lund makes the stop defensively, along with Waylon Hart. And also there was Charlie Reed.
Well, MacArthur's got 100 yards passing. I think in a situation like that, when you have go-to receivers, you have to go to the air.
4th and 2. And this time they won't gamble, as Bo Perry will kick from his own 28-yard line. Call it the 23. No snap, but he gets his toe into it. And let's see. Bounces and down at the 28. Downfield to make the stop on the ball is Andy Burkle. 35 yards, so didn't get him as deep as he wanted. So great defense by the Victoria Stings. 7:14 to play, 7-7 score, second quarter. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Stingarees at their own 29-yard line. They battle back. 7-7 score. Out of the huddle come the Stingarees. Cook is wide right. Lund is now wingman left. MacArthur in his 43 defense. This is Reeve in a quarterback and carrying the ball, no place to go, and now he's free. Oh, great effort. 5 yards picked up. They had him nailed as Cedric Brown was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and then Carlos Ortiz, or is it Jared Meno, finally makes the stop.
Joey Johnson had him wrapped up and couldn't get any help. Wasn't able to bring him down just by holding on to his legs. And a big guy like that is going to get through every time. He should have been stopped for a 2-yard loss and ended up picking up 6.
So
Cedric Brown is an impressive young man.
That was a positive gain of 8. It's second and about 2.5. This is Reeve in at quarterback. Long count. Now he is back, and here's a little sprint draw. And they got him this time. This time, Joey Johnson does wrap him up. It's a loss of 2.
Joey said, "You're not going to do that to me twice in a row. Put that in your pipe and smoke it."
So it's a loss of 3, and it'll be third and about 6. Good defensive play. 1 of 3 on third down conversions, and on the clock, we have 6:07 to play, 7-7 score, second period. The big red of Victoria, the big blue of MacArthur. Now the defense shifts a little bit. This is Reeve, look out for the aerial. In motion goes Cedric Brown. He will definitely go to pass. And nope, he gives it to DeLaune, the big fella. And he's trying to lumber his way for the first down. He's a yard short at the 38. Finally, Thomas Bellows at 6 feet 175. They had to have helped Joey Johnson at 6'4", 180. But he gained 4. It's 4th and 2. Punt time for the heavyweight Victoria Stingerees against the heavyweight MacArthur Brahmas. 5:24 to play in the quarter, 7-7 score.
MacArthur could have very good field position here.
Punt time. Ellinger will kick for his 3rd time at the 22. A beautiful afternoon. Here's the perfect snap, and he gets his toe into it. And it's going to go deep as Jason Washington, Andrew Morgan. Oh, great bounce up to the 41-yard line for the MacArthur Brahmas. Only 21 yards. Great field position for the Brahmas.
Well, I think it rolled back about 10, 12 yards, guys.
It did.
There was nobody around the ball. The ball's supposed to be kicked up the middle, I'm sure, and it was kicked out to the right side, to the left side over there on where I am, and it rolled back about 12 yards. Good for MacArthur right now with 4:58 left in the half. They need a drive right here for at least a field goal or even a touchdown.
It's at the 41-yard line. Cash is wide right. And you have Servine, Carter, and Bud wide left. This is Perkins. He's got time. He throws downfield. There's a man in a clear. It's caught by J.J. Bud. A diving grab at the 25.
Another
Oh, my goodness.
by J.J. Bud.
Billy Blanchard makes the stop.
He does such a nice job of watching his quarterback and seeing where that ball is going to go, making the adjustment. And the ball was a little bit underthrown. He was able to slow down, get back behind the defender, and make a great diving catch.
And Perk was percolating on that play.
Well, guys, I wish we had a TV crew here so we could see that in replay. That was just a great play by J.J. Bud to make an adjustment to go in front of the defender to catch that ball.
Ormond is a wingman right. Roderick Reynolds will carry this time, I bet you. At the 26. Here's the fake. The handoff. And, oh, my goodness. There before he ever got the ball was Thomas Marchbanks. That was a draw, and it wasn't even a sprint draw. It was a delayed draw, and it was a bad draw.
Well, Coach Van Futek just scratched that from his list of plays.
A loss of 5.
Great defensive play, though.
Back at the 29, and time now is ticking away with 4:12 to play. Roderick Reynolds has only 17 yards on 9 carries. That's less than 2 yards per tote. Ormond wide right, along with Douglas and Bud wide left. This is Reynolds. Little down and in. Look out. There it is to Roderick Reynolds at the 23-yard line. A gain of about 8 yards, maybe 12. It was to, I'm sorry, Robert Douglas.
Actually, it's down at about the 17-yard line.
It's a 17-yard line. It's going to be 2 yards short of the first down. 3rd and 2. Mo, that was a great call. A little down and in, just a little pass that you'd like to see a halfback make. Tommy Cook made the stop.
Well, that's that slant pattern right down the middle, and it's thrown right at the direction of a spot. It's not thrown at anybody in particular, but
right.
In this case, it's Robert Douglas who made a great catch in traffic.
Douglas made the stop, the catch. Servine and Bud are the respective receivers. Right at, here's another pass. There's a man in the clear. It's to Douglas, and he's down to the 5-yard line, down to the 1-yard line. It was Servine, Luis Servine, at the 1-yard line. Great call, great down-and-out pass. Tommy Cook makes the stop.
I tell you what, Servine put a move on number 21 from Victoria Sanchola that I think Billy over here is still looking for his shoes, guys, because he made a fake to the inside of the sideline and then just turned it upfield and almost made it in for a touchdown. Great play.
That's the great thing about that pattern. If you can get that one caught, short. You've only got one man to beat. If you can juke him, you've got some room to run.
Strong side left, first and go, handoff, and it's Washington. He's going to be sacked at the 5, gets back to the 4. Oh, my, great blitz, and making the blitz was George Just, 6'1", 230. And that was a great defensive play, and it's going to be second and goal, 2:58 on the clock, 7-7. MacArthur trying to break it. It's at the 4-yard line, second and goal.
Yeah, MacArthur with plenty of time right now. They don't need to play. That play right there didn't work because of that outside, that corner containment of the Stingarees that has been so good so far today.
They've done well against the run, haven't they? Strong side to the left. Here's the fake. This is Washington. Jason, rolling, throwing. Fade pattern. Here's a man to clear. Incomplete. Intended for Servine.
Nice D.
Defending was Tommy Cook at Roverback.
Tommy Cook watching the ball all the way, jumped to catch it at its highest point, able to knock it away. That is just spectacular defense.
0 of 4 on third down, and it's timeout call for the MacArthur Flamers. And that's their second timeout. They called one earlier, if you remember. And the crowd comes alive on the near side. The big red of Victoria with a lot of sea of red color that we can see, and it's all blue on the other side. I would say this crowd is maybe 10 or 12,000 this afternoon. Excellent.
Very close.
For both schools.
Very close.
We have run into Bill Hatch of the Victoria Advocate covering the ball game this afternoon. Joe Alexander for the Express News. Keelan Welnicki for the Corpus Christi Caller-Times.
And you know who else is here?
John Hines of the Express News.
The Austin Westlake coaching staff.
Why are they here?
That's a good question.
We hope to have as our halftime guest the athletic director for Victoria, Enos Pettis, one of the all-time greats of the Southwest Conference. Played at SMU, only 5'4", but he played like a giant. Third and goal, 0 of 4. Seventh play of the drive. What can they do? Jason Washington at quarterback, strong side to the right. He's back, he rolls, he looks, he wants to throw. He decides to keep. He will dive into the end zone, touchdown. Outruns everybody. Racing past him with Waylon Hart. He just couldn't get there. So Jason Washington jumps in for a 6-point touchdown, 4-yard keeper to the outside.
Well, that timeout, gentlemen, was a good timeout on Coach Suchek's part because of the fact that he really wasn't to call a certain play. It was to talk to their linemen. They were letting those defensive linemen in the gaps and into the line of scrimmage. And he talked to them over here. I was listening to him. He said, "You guys need to block and get your man down," and that's exactly what they did.
Bertoldo kick. It is up. It is high, and it's good. So we have a new ball game, new score. It is 2:24 on the clock. It is now 7-play drive, 59 yards on the touchdown, and it's 14-7 Mac. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Ken's Radio High School Playoff.
The San Antonio Livestock Exposition is more than just a rodeo and stock show. It's the future for hundreds of Texas youths who travel the path of agriculture. The exposition has awarded more than $10 million to young men and women, providing them with college educations as they continue to carry the banner of rural America and rural Texas. When the agriculture leaders of San Antonio had the vision to build a major arena back in 1950 to help promote a stock show and rodeo, little did they realize it would someday become the largest junior livestock show in the world. There'll be more scholarships awarded next February as the exposition continues to blaze a trail for the cattle and farming industries of Texas. The Gun Automotive Group, San Antonio's most innovative automobile organization and biggest high school football fans, congratulate the MacArthur High School varsity team for its winning ways during the 1997 season. Gun knows all about success. Its Gun One Simple Price is quickly becoming the preferred way of buying a new or used car, truck, or van. And now, Gun is wishing that same success to the mighty MacArthur Bramers as they continue up the playoff path. We back Mac at the Gun Automotive Group.
This is Ken's Radio, AM 1160, home of high school playoff football for 1997. And we're glad to have you aboard. Hope you enjoy our vantage point and our menu of verbosity as we give it to you from Alamo Stadium this afternoon. 92 yards on 3 catches for J.J. Budd. This will be Bertoldo kicking a 1-yard approach, and it goes to the 7. This is Tommy Cook, and he gets by 1.
Gary has to really start, to respect the arm of Robert Mejia, who threw the ball on that last touchdown drive for Victoria probably about 50, 55 yards in the air. He's about 5'6", well, about 157 pounds, but he can throw that football.
Yeah, he can. 5'6", 156. Ringing wet. Strong side to the right. Long count. Now he's back. He wants to heave it again. Look out. He throws a long one up downfield again. There's another man in the clear. Uh-oh. Maybe offensive. No, he's got turned around. It's Tommy Cook. He wanted a flag. Andrew Morgan was there. And it looked like he may have had a little piece of the jersey. Philip Lee is also defending.
That ball was just really thrown up for grabs, and any defender could have run under it.
Yeah, that's true.
That was an ill-advised pass, if you ask me.
Can I ask you, is that an ill-advised pass?
You ask me, it was.
Let's ask him.
2:05 left to play, and it's 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line. Wide right goes Tommy Cook, the speedster and the sprinter. Lunn is wingman right. Cedric Brown is the tailback. Handoff. It's Mejia. He wants to keep. And he is really clotheslined and hung up the drive. And who is it? Jason Washington.
The utility player.
Oh, what a great little athlete. He is the senior 5'9", 171. He can do it all, can he? I bet he put starch in that tackle. 3rd down and 8. You have 1:41 to play. If MacArthur wants to stop him here, they'd have another shot at it. Coming in with the play from the bench is Jeremy Rojas, the ex-receiver. That's in their scheme of things. Tommy Cook wide left. Cedric Brown is the tailback. Mejia. He gives it off on, here is that same, try to sneak it by, and great defense made. There's Jason Washington, and also there is Joey Johnson, and also Lonnie Roberts. But that was a great defense because, as we told you, he had just come in with a play, and that was Jeremy Rojas, and he had no place to go, and you got 1:07 to play.
Well, gentlemen, I tell you what, that's why I like being in the sidelines on the field, because there are bodies flying everywhere right now. There's a sea of red on your side over there, the press box side, which is the west side, and the east side all blue with MacArthur fans. And it is just an atmosphere that you just can't imagine. And like I said, the field right now, these bodies, these kids are just playing their hearts out. There's a lot of hitting out here. There's bodies flying everywhere. This is what high school football is all about.
Moses, very good description as you are far across the field, and you're able to give us an on-field description of the things that are going on. And now it will be 4th and punt time for the Victoria Stings as they are at their own 25-yard line. That last play gained about 4 yards. And Mellinger's in to kick from his own 10-yard line. And deep we have Andrew Morgan. He had a 21-yarder, remember? That's what helped set up the MacArthur score with great field position at their own 41. MacArthur looks like they're trying to go for it here on the block. Here's the snap, and it's a good one, and the kick is away. And it's taken, well, Morgan did not signal for a fair catch. He did not signal for a fair catch.
No, he didn't.
He is smothered.
Jonathan Martinez and to put the hurt on him. Great special teams play.
That's also a dangerous play on the MacArthur side.
You're right.
The wind is blowing against the punter. That means that it's blowing to the back of number 9 for MacArthur, Andrew Morgan. And when you're trying to catch a ball like that, as you notice, he caught that at his ankles. That was a very dangerous.
It's at the back 44-yard line. They have less than a minute to play. Servine out wide right along with Cash. Bud wide left. This is Perkins dropping, throwing wrong down for Buck, and J.J. gets there. No, right off the tip of his fingers. And it bounces out of bounds. Canchola defending 2nd and 10. Time on the clock is 53 seconds. 3 of 6 for Perkins. 78 yards. And for Shopper, he's 3 of 4 for 48 yards. So they have approaching about 130 yards through the air this afternoon. Coming in, Aaron Ramirez is in along with Washington, Berko, Morris, and Ramirez.
MacArthur came out throwing today, and they haven't been throwing the underneath pattern. They've been throwing long and doing a fairly good job at it.
Also going out wide left is Roderick Reynolds. No, he's at tailback. Here's the inside handoff. Dario Davis belabors at Servine. No gain. Servine gets nowhere. And sitting on the seat of his britches as Brandon Grunewald makes the stop was Rick Washington, 265-pound junior. He looked up and said, who knocked me on the seat of my britches there? Because he had the block and it didn't go. 1 of 3 on third down, 1 of 5 on third down conversion drive. 36 seconds to play. Now this is in the shotgun, and it's to Perkins. And he has plenty of time. He throws downfield. It's caught by Bud. And they're going to give him the first down yardage. Yes, sir. Out of bounds at 46-yard line in Victoria territory. Great play by J.J. Bud, who's really coming on as a receiver. Billy Canchola makes the stop. 11-yard pickup.
Nice heads-up play. It is absolutely imperative that these receivers know exactly where the sticks are, get past them to make the catch, to assure your team that you're going to have the first down.
18 seconds left on the clock. And it's first and 10 for Mack at the 46-yard line. It won't start on the clock now until the ball is snapped because it's out of bounds. Bud and Servine are wide left. And this is, again, Perkins. He throws long downfield on the right side this time. There's a man clear. Washington touchdown. Jason Washington, as the receiver drops down, he falls down, and that's Cody Cole. And it's a great pass of 46 yards. Oh, my goodness. On that play, he sent the package special delivery, and he stamped it COD.
Cody Cole knew that he was beat. Washington had at least 2 steps on him. He tried to dive at the last minute, just couldn't keep up. Jason Washington just made a nice move to get around the corner there.
Was that ever a money play with just 11 seconds on the clock? It is now 20-7. And holding will be Perkins. Kicking will be Bertoldo. The snap, up, high, far. Good. It is 21-7, 11 seconds to play in the second quarter. We'll keep it right here. A brilliant drive. How many yards drive on that? 56-yard drive in 3 plays, and that was a great pass and run of 46 yards from Mike Perkins, who looked like a slender version of Troy Aikman on that pass as he picked his receiver out, applying Jason Washington.
5 for 8, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns today.
Wow.
He's looking sharp.
Well, gentlemen, that was not only, it doesn't only give them a touchdown, it gives them a 2-touchdown lead. That really, really puts Victoria in a desperate situation. Also going into the halftime with 11 seconds left, and they score a touchdown. That not only gets the motor over here on MacArthur's side, but it really, really hurts Victoria, and that's just a very, very telling play on MacArthur's side.
That was a character play.
Well, if you notice on the sideline, Brandon Grunwald has his teammate sitting down on the bench, and he is really trying to get him fired up. Obviously, the defensive team leader, linebacker position, he's a senior. He's doing what he can to keep his team mentally focused and in this ballgame.
Millette and Lewis are deep for the Stingarees, as it will be kickoff time by Bertoldo one more time. No doubt it will be a squibber with 11 seconds to play. Bertoldo only takes 2 steps. It's a squibber, and it goes deep. And finally picking it up is, let's see, and he almost breaks it free, gets up to the 30. Returning it is Millette, 16-yard return, and it will be 4 seconds left. 1 play, and that's it, or maybe they'll just let the clock run out. I don't know. But it's 21-7. With 11 seconds to play, Jason Washington takes a long bomb, and it exploded in midair, and he goes 56 yards, rather 46 yards on the pass and run. And that was a brilliant drive for the Brahmas.
MacArthur looking very sharp, both offensively and defensively today. This is a new team, really. Penalties haven't been a factor. They look tough. They've been very, very crisp.
Charlie Reeve is our quarterback at the 31-yard line. This is the coach's son, the youngest of his 2 boys. And there's too much time, I think. I really missed that 25-second clock. Bo, we haven't heard from you. It was a great pass and run.
Well, it was, and like I said, a touchdown right before the halftime like that, your deep gives up a touchdown like that, it just kind of, the momentum just kind of leaves your team, and you kind of go, oh, we're in trouble. We're 2 touchdowns down, and going into the halftime, we were really 1 touchdown down, and the momentum is over there, switched over to MacArthur right now. I can guarantee you that, guys.
21-7, Mac. That was the first penalty for Victoria. First penalty of the game. 2 seconds on the clock. This is the last play as Reeve is in a quarterback. He's only a junior, so he'll be back next year. Bahia is a senior. And he is back, and this gives off a little inside draw play. And look out. Here comes Cedric Brown. He gets 13 yards for the first down, but that ends the first half. Making stop is who? Jason Washington. So, after exciting football played to the finest of capabilities and to the great athleticism that both teams are producing this afternoon. It is 21-7. Our halftime score. Will be back with halftime highlights and statistics in just 60 seconds. This is Ken's Radio High School Playoffs.
Hungry for a juicy home-style hamburger or delicious chicken fried steak with cream-style gravy, or maybe some mouth-watering pancakes or homemade biscuits and gravy? You need to head to Jim's, San Antonio's favorite Texas home-style restaurant, where home-style cooking is served 20
this afternoon, and Danny Patino earlier. We thank Tom Cortese for being with us. Jason Washington has been called on to hold the ball on the tee. Bertone only takes a two-step drop. He got a tremendous kick on his leg. Here's the boot. It's a high end-over-ender with the wind. Still going to about 3. Taken by, that is Millette. Gets to the outside. He's still trying to tightrope his way down. I think he stepped. No, he didn't step out, apparently. He's still rolling and still running. 28-yard return to the 31-yard line.
Andrew Morgan tried to make a flying tackle. If that would have connected, that would have been a huge hit, but just couldn't quite get there.
Ernie Johnson made the break that broke him loose. It's at the 34-yard line on a 31-yard return. Lonnie Roberts finally made the hit, but it's 1st and 10 for the Stingarees with the wind, rather against the wind. At the 34, 21-7 Mac. Cedric Brown is the tailback. Now they go into a wishbone-style offense. And the handoff and the fake. Mejia wants to keep. And he's got maybe 3 yards. Joey Johnson gets him along with Jason Washington. Give him 4, 2nd and 6. Crossing the 35. Andrew Morgan also in on the hit. Just underway, 21-7 Mac. Victoria with its first possession of the quarter. A gain of actually 5, so 2nd and 5 on little Robert Mejia. He is a jitterbug and can really juke his way for big yardage. Wide left is Jeremy Rojas, the only wide out. Mejia puts, and here's a pitch back to Cedric Brown, and he gets by, he is almost stopped back at the 30, but hanging on is Jared Meno, and Dario Davis almost pulled his jersey off. And that was a nice read on the defense, Mo.
Well, that was actually Joey Johnson who stayed at home, and that was one of the things that Coach Pichek had mentioned about Joey Johnson. He says all the trick plays that all the teams have run against us, Joey Johnson always stays at home, and he always seems to be the player who stops that play. And sure enough, he did it right here on this
3rd and 10, that's back at the 34. Loss of 5. This is Mejia. 4 or 5 on 3rd down conversion tries. Long count. And here's Mejia back to pass, an 8-yard drop, sets up the screen. It is a staying home, Lonnie Roberts. He makes the stop at the 26. A screen set up, and it was to the big tight end, Brian Penley, the 6'3", 210 senior. Lonnie Roberts and Jason Washington stayed at home, and they were able to call up the TV and have pizza delivered.
They did. Huge defensive stand by the MacArthur Brahmas. They're in position to have wonderful field position. This could not be what the Victoria Stingarees wanted to come out and do. Loss beginning of the second half.
Loss of 6, 4th and 16. And it's back at the 14 for Nellinger. He gets the kick away. Andrew Morgan watches it and signals for a fair catch and gets it at the 30. Great kick against the wind. 42 yards against that gusting wind swirling out of the northwest as Billy Canchola was down on the reception. 1st and 10, the MAC-D gets a big hand, and so does the Victoria offense as each team races to the bench. 1st and 10 for the Brahmas at their own 30. Perkins will be at quarterback. Cash wide right along with Robert Douglas. The wingman inside is Dario Davis. He's only carried once or twice today. Now wide left is J.J. Budd. This is Roderick Reynolds. He tries to break outside. Somebody hangs on for dear life, and he gets 2 yards. Hanging on and getting his shoe, it was number 90, the guy that had him first, and he took his shoe off of him. Now he goes up and gives it to him, and I'm not sure who. Well, I thought it was number 90. Yeah, it looked like Joe Harris, defensive end. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7. 10 carries for 20 yards. Have they really keyed on Roderick Reynolds? Ormond goes out, and so does Robert Douglas. Now J.J. Budd comes out wide right. Cash is tight end right. And this is a little square out, goes up to Servine, and he gets maybe 3 yards.
That was the same play.
Coming up with Canchola.
That was the same play that Servine was able to take it down to the 3-yard line just before the end of the first half, where he catches the ball. It's thrown to a point. He does a little juke step, tries to cut back inside, and just when he did that this time, he hung his foot on the AstroTurf and wasn't able to pick up any extra yards.
Stephen Carter's been at tight end. He's filling in for Jason Morris today, who has a bad shoulder. And now he goes out, and Servine comes over wingman right. Trip set right, and the single set left. Now this is a drop, and it's to Perkins, and he throws tries to throw
boy,
to J.J. Budd, and could have been interference, Mo.
It definitely was. J.J. Budd was wearing the saddle right there for number 21. He was riding him pretty hard right there, guys, but there was not a call.
Well, that may have made the coaches unhappy for Mac. Yeah, he really he got racked before the ball ever got there. So it'll be punt time. Bo Perry will kick from his own 22. Time on the clock is 8:14, 21-7. The ball is almost blocked. I don't know how we're going to see a roughing the kicker. And it's down at the 15-yard line.
And I think that's going to be a 15-yard kicker automatic first down.
Great hustle made by Ernie Johnson. Bless his heart. It was a great play, but he just couldn't stop in time. He almost blocked it and then ran into the kicker.
Yeah. Well, he missed the ball by, it looks like, about a half an inch.
Oh, I don't know how he missed it. I thought it was blocked.
Which if he would have...
I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be 5 yards. Even if it's 5 yards or 15 yards, it's going to be a first down because it was 4th and 3 to go.
Good point, Mo.
And it's going to be a first down for MacArthur.
Yep. First down. That's number 10 first downs, and boy, that kept the drive alive. Perkins trots back into the huddle for the Brahmas. Ticking away in the quarter, 8:03 to play, 21-7, Mac. Douglas wide right. Budd wide left. Well, maybe that was what they call redemption, since he had been interfered with and didn't get the call. Perkins. Strong side left, long count. Gives it off to Roderick Reynolds. He's got daylight, 40, 45, 50, 45, down to the 40-yard line. Roderick Reynolds displayed more talent than Ed May in Star Search. And boy, he won the event as he's finally run out by Billy Blanchard. He goes 17 yards. It's a first down for the Brahmas. And that's the biggest gain of the afternoon for Roderick Reynolds.
Billy Blanchard did a great job of chasing Reynolds down from behind. It's not often that you see Reynolds chased down from behind, especially by a defensive back. But he did that time. Great tackle. 11 carries, 37 yards, and it's 1st and 10 at the Victoria 41. 21-7 Mac. This is Perkins, a 4-yard drop. He looks, he throws long downfield. There's a man down there. Can he get there? Incomplete. Intended for J.J. Budd, but good defense by Canchola. Billy Canchola's played a heck of a game defensively over at right halfback. 5 of 10 for Perkins. That's 50% for 132 yards. 2 TDs, though, and now Shopper comes in. It's 2nd and 10 at the Victoria 41. Time on the clock in the third quarter is 7:50. For the Brahmas, going from our left to right with the wind at their back, it's Douglas and Cash wide right. And let's see. They lined up. Cash stepped over the line of scrimmage, I think, before the ball was ever snapped. Well, let's see. Mo, can you tell what that is?
Well, it's definitely going to be legal procedure or 2 men moving at the same time. But, you know...
Offside. Well,
offside.
I thought you were allowed to step over there if the ball wasn't even in play.
Well, also that they were just walking up to the line, and it looked like he was going to line up, and he lined up above, you know, in front of the scrimmage line, but he's able to come back. He's not set to do anything. I don't know. That was a strange call right there. Those guys know what they're doing, but that was strange.
Yeah, because the play wasn't even whistled ready yet. So this will be 2nd and 15. Now this is Shopper.
Oh, boy, look at that penetration.
Great surge by 5 red-clad Victoria Stingarees. Marchbanks and Juice make the necessary lead tackles.
The entire Sting front line was in the MacArthur backfield, and every one of the MacArthur Brahmas offensive linemen were standing there just looking.
Yeah,
I don't understand what went wrong there.
I think that that was a screen play that never did really transpire, guys. You let your defensive lineman go, and then you go off to the side and really get that screen going, but it didn't look like they wanted to run that play for some reason.
It's all the way back to the 49-yard line. It's a 5-yard loss after the last penalty, so it's 3rd and 21. 2 of 7 on 3rd down. This is a half mile to go. Trip set right and a single set left, and Perkins is the man under with Roderick Reynolds.
Another flag.
Another flag.
That may be too much time.
Too much time.
Oh,
you know, that's
costly mistake.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we have mentioned all year about MacArthur, that sometimes they take a little bit long to bring in the plays, but we can't take anything away from them. They're still in the playoffs, and those got two combination quarterbacks working for them. But they've had, I believe, 2 or 3 penalties already with for delay of game on.
This would be a great quick kick time.
I don't think we'll see it.
They'll go deep
today.
Undoubtedly, they'll go deep.
They've got the receivers to do it. You watch J.J. Budd, because you know they're going to try to get the ball to
So
it.
it's 26 yards to go on third down. And here's the handoff to Reynolds. Tries to turn outside, and inside he gets 3 yards. 4th and 23. DeLaune was there on the stop, along with Tommy Cook. Well, that was really an ugly series for the Brahmas.
Well, the only good thing about that series is that it kind of took some time off the clock. I think they've had the ball for maybe 3 minutes of going nowhere. But, yeah, I'm sure Coach Pichek's not happy with that series.
Tommy Cook is back deep, and Bo Perry will kick. Just takes his time and puts his foot into it, and it's a good kick. Oh, my. Into the end zone. Almost bounced back out. With 1st and 10 for the Stingarees at the 20. 53-yard kick with a wind. That ball almost took MacArthur bounce. Almost looked like one of Shannon's drives going up to the 18th fairway.
Tried a tremendous bounce right on to the green. That's what you're talking about, isn't it?
No, the drive and then the bite.
1st and 10 at the 20 for the Stingarees. Time on the clock, 6:16, 21-7 Matt. Victoria with Reeve at quarterback. Strong side. It's a balanced line now. And here he is. Gives it off to Cedric Brown. And no, it's to Lewis. So now Lewis is the ball carrier. And Jason Washington makes the stop. Reynold Lewis, 5'7", 150, a senior, gets 2 yards, 2nd and 8. The 20 to the 22. Reeve is at quarterback. He's the junior. And he's much larger than Robert Mejia. He's 6'1", 175, a junior. And Jay Pettis will be in this position next year because that's Inez Pettis' young son. Lund goes back into the up man position at fullback. And here, Lewis almost dropped it. He falls down at the 20. He lost the ball, lost the handle on it, then lost his balance, and then he lost a yard. So that was just a case of the lost cause.
Well, I think he was afraid that he was going to fumble the ball, and that's usually best just to get down on it and take the loss rather than losing the ball.
3rd and 9 at the 21. Third at the 1 of 6 on third down conversion tries. Out of the huddle they come. It will be Tommy Cook and Jeremy Rojas wide left. And timeout finally. The time was running down. They have to call a timeout at the last second. And Charlie Reeves said, let's call a timeout because time is ticking away. I really wish they had a 25-second clock. I think that should, as I've said before, should be imperative in a playoff game.
I believe so. In any game, you notice what a difference it's made at stadiums like Northeast. The 25-second clock's down low in both end zones.
Yes,
it makes
very
a great,
visible. Very visible.
It is. It is. Not only for us, but for those quarterbacks, because you know exactly how long you have to take the snap.
Well, we're getting spoiled. Let's face it. You know, 5 or 10 years ago, they didn't even have it. Now we want it. And now we are demanding it. Shoot, they played it 50 years without ever having a clock. So
that's right. That's right.
It's just one of those additions to the game that does make it perhaps more interesting and quicker and perhaps better for the fans and the quarterbacks and the coaches too, no doubt. 3rd down and 9, 21-7 in the 3rd, and time still left 5:04. I want to thank you for listening this afternoon on Ken's Radio, AM 1160, and it will be the Big Red out of the huddle. And that is really a flaming red, too. Very colorful uniforms. It's a 6-man MacArthur front. Reeve is the man under. Long count. Back to pass. 2-yard drop. He throws downfield. Almost a great catch. Brilliant try by Tommy Cook, and Dario Davis was defending. And what an effort by Tommy Cook, the 6', 175-pound junior speedster. Almost came away with it, and it will be 4th and punt time.
And what I want to mention about Tommy Cook just then, he couldn't corral the ball, but he will come out and he'll rest during this punt, and then he'll be right back in playing in the defensive secondary.
That's a good point, and he will be, and it will be punt time. And it's Clayton Mellinger, the 5'11", 160-pound senior. So Mac should get good field position. Andrew Morgan will have to watch that swirling wind. He's the deep man at the 45. And is there too much time now?
No, here once again, number 21 lined up a little bit before, a little bit up in front of the scrimmage line.
I've never seen him call it.
I've never seen him call that either. He lined up on the other side of the 20, and he realized that he was on the other side of the scrimmage line, or over the scrimmage line, then he backed up, and there goes the whistle and the flag.
I didn't know they did that before the play started.
I didn't either, because they're all setting up, and that's the play I'll ask about.
These guys do.
That.
Yeah, these officials know. So it'll be now Nellinger to kick from his own 1. Boy, this is dangerous for him. And he gets the snap, and Joey Johnson puts the rush on him. Andrew Morgan awaits it, and it's a bad punt. Oh, my. Back at the 42-yard line. That was a kick of what? 13 yards from the line of scrimmage. Mark Reed cannot win a game when that happens on his specialty teams. And he knows that. 21-7. Great field position for the Big Blue of the Bremerland. Coach Van Pushak. A very strong candidate for Coach of the Year in San Antonio. Between he and Tim Kingsbury, it's going to be very tough. Out of the huddle they come. Bud wide left. Douglas and Cash wide right. The wingman is Luis Servine, or the slot man right. Shopper back, rolls, looks, keeps. He's got 5. He's to the 40, the 35-yard line, maybe 6 yards, and Jonathan Shopper goes shopping for Christmas and picks up a goodie bag. Billy Blanchard and Brandon Grunwald make the stop.
Well, you can definitely see the momentum is on MacArthur's side. When that happens, everything that you do turns into a positive play that correlates to positive yardage and positive points on the scoreboard.
You know who he runs like? He doesn't look apparently quick, but Cody Carlson, that long loping stride.
That's right.
Cody Carlson.
That's right.
It will
7 carries for 30 yards.
2nd and 3. This is the handoff. And it goes to Roderick Reynolds. He's got daylight, and he's got the first down. And now the MacArthur Bramelets, Mo, are beginning to, I think, outmuscle the Victoria Stingarees as Lund makes the stop. That's Chad, the 6'1", 205 senior.
Well, so far in the first and the third quarter, Gary, both offenses really haven't done anything, but MacArthur with the opportunity of having good field position on the last 2 series, but right now they haven't stepped on the foot like they did the last time with 4:03 left and the lead is 21-7. If they really, Coach Fuchek, I know, wants to go for the throat right now and get it into the end zone.
Coming in with the play is Jonathan Shopper. 12 first downs for Mac. Bud wide left, Douglas wide right. And I think Cash moved, but they don't call it. Here's Roderick Reynolds trying to turn outside, loses a yard. And Cash moved, just a slight flinch, but they didn't call it. But if they had, he might have been better off. It'd been 1st and 15, now it's 2nd and 11.
Well, something I want to go not unmentioned today. We have seen some great sportsmanship between these two teams. A lot of guys helping the others up, pats on the backside, on the helmets, and not a lot of trash talking. I really like to see that in high school football. We've seen some teams this year that have really run their mouths and not backed it up, and I like to see this. 2 fine teams.
Lund and Cash wide right, Bud wide left. This is Perkins back, a 2-yard drop. He fakes, he looks, he throws, he almost gets hit. There's a man clear, but can't get there. He was wide open. He had Canchola beat, and boy, putting the hit on young Mr. Perkins was George Juiced, and that was a boost. If you're young Mr. Perkins, he felt that on the way to his hypogenesis. It will be 3rd down and 10.
What exactly is
Hypogenous?
What is that?
That's a portion of the anatomy that you feel it with. You see, he knew that he was going to hit the hypogenesis, and that hurts.
Okay.
It will be 2 of 8 on 3rd down conversion tries. 3rd down and 10. Wide left will go Douglas and J.J. Budd. Double tied out, wide out set left. And this is Shopper giving it off to Roderick Reynolds. Oh, what a great play by Lund.
Oh, man.
Thomas Marchbeck's there, but Chad Lund was right there, and he knew Roderick Reynolds was trying to get outside. If he hadn't got him, he would have had a first down. Well, that's a great play.
Watch right now, Gary. I don't know what the coach is going to call, but watch for a field goal maybe. Maybe Bo Perry coming out, because at pregame he was kicking that ball pretty good, and it was going through the uprights anywhere around the 35-40 yard line. That's a long way, but looks like it's going to be a punt.
Oh, Bo Perry's out, so it's not Bertoldo. It's Bo Perry. So Perry will kick it away from his own 45. So Washington is in, and watch out for him. You're right. They got too much time again.
Yeah, that's exactly what they wanted to do. They want to give Bo Perry a little bit more room to punt and maybe get him deep in the end zone over here.
2:08 to play. Been a lackluster third period so far, but good D if you like good defensive battles. That's what it's been. 6 penalties, 47 yards against the Bramelets. 3 for 15 against the Stingarees.
But if you remember, MacArthur has been a team that has been penalized all year long. I don't think they've gotten out of any game without with any less than 50 to 60 yards of penalties.
Here's a low snap, but no rush to speak of, and he gets a high kick, and it's going to take... Well, he didn't signal for a fair catch. My goodness, watch out.
No, he did. He did signal for a fair catch.
And he will go 85 or 90 yards.
He signaled for a fair catch.
They missed it.
They did.
Yeah, they missed it because he signaled for a fair catch.
He did bigger than Texas.
They missed it big time, guys.
I saw that from all the way up
because
here.
MacArthur kids all quick.
Look where Mo is, right on the 10-yard line.
Here.
He got the ball at the 11, and he had his arm in the air, and it was right in front of Mo.
Yeah, he waved at me. He said, "I'm signaling for a fair catch." That was a bad call. He missed it.
Look at the MacArthur coaches. They are hot on the far sideline. I don't blame them. They are not only telling him, but they're showing him that he signaled for a fair catch.
I don't know who missed that.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's an awful call.
That's the worst call I've seen in this season.
Yeah, he definitely made a
Look
call.
at the MacArthur players are saying, we saw it, everybody saw it, but you got it. Touchdown's going to stand.
Wow.
Oh, that's a killer. If Victoria should come back and win this game, this could be really reason for protest, but of course you can't do anything.
Yeah, but I guarantee you this crew will not do another football game in high school this year.
Well, not for MacArthur.
Yeah, that's true.
Victoria might want him back. This will be the kick by Nemlinger. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it's high, and he's got it. And now our score is MacArthur 21, Victoria 14, a minute 50 to play. And there's a 90-yard touchdown run. I didn't really describe it because I thought he had a fair catch, and it was Tommy Cook.
Well, the reason he got away from everybody is because everybody gave up.
Everybody stopped.
Everybody stopped. The
That's
ball was waved, and he waved at it, and everybody just got around him and saw him catch the ball. Then he started running. And once he started running, everybody said, "Hey, well, where's the flag?" And no flag was ever thrown.
Well, that's a terrible call.
They're still talking about it down on the 10-yard line.
Whose play was that? Because I ain't going to take the blame.
In one, I just saw, I think it was the line judge, just kind of hold up his hands like, well, too late now.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about because it's over.
This is a good way. You got to be careful here. We don't want to see any of the coaches be ejected from the game, but that's tough. Emotions are running high on the sideline.
Well, it should. I don't blame them at all.
Listen,
a coach's career sometimes focuses on one call.
You're right. You're right.
It's a terrible call. And if anybody in Victoria is listening, I'm not saying it because it's your team, friends. I'm just saying that it was a terrible, terrible call. It could have been the other way, and it would have been a terrible call had it been MacArthur running the ball.
The calls go both ways. It doesn't matter who they're against.
But not for 90 yards.
That was just a call that was missed. Those things happen. These guys are human. But like you said, careers can ride on these things, and they can go either way. And it just happened to go against MacArthur at that time.
Well, that's the worst call I've seen this year.
But that is exactly what Victoria needed because they're right back in this ball game, and these kids are fired up now. It's going to be exciting down to the wire.
You're right. And if Victoria wins this one, I will feel sorry for MacArthur. Here's the kick. It's going to go deep. J.J. Budd takes it at the 1. He's got a wedge. He gets by and gets up to the 20. Boy, the Victoria crowd came alive, and I don't blame them, but they got a lot of help, friends. They had 18 men on the field.
You know what? Tempers are running high, but you see J.J. Budd was just down on the field. Victoria, one of the linemen, I couldn't see his number. I think it was probably Marchbanks, went down, hustled over there and helped him up.
1:38 to play now. Wide left for the Bremers. Serving, here's the handoff. Roderick Reynolds, no gain, maybe a yard. Well, MacArthur's going to have to find some long-lost momentum here, Mo.
The rock pile is rocking now. This place, it's electric.
Eddie Johnson. Well, MacArthur, was in pretty good position. It was in a position to put the game away. But a 90-yard punt return, which was controversial, questionable, and lousy. And I can say that. I'm up here. But it was.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to make these calls from
a game taken away on a play. This is Roderick Reynolds. And he's still driving and gets up to the 23. Gains up 2. The crowd loves loves it if you're from Victoria. This will be third and long. And Victoria's more or less taken over here in the third period, Mo, defensively.
Well, you know, they really haven't. I mean, both the defenses have done a great job, and they've still made it going in, you know, between the 40 and the 40-yard line all third quarter. And with that play right there, it really motivated both teams. It motivated Victoria because they're now one touchdown behind, but it motivated MacArthur because now they're not too happy. They're mad.
I don't blame them. Ken's Radio, AM 1160 on your dial. Now they're going to have to, I believe it's a delay of game. Let's see.
No, they called the timeout.
They did. We'll keep it right here, and you might see any officialdom over there. You might ask them about that call.
No, because I might give them a piece of my mind.
No, I'm talking about anybody from the administration.
Oh, okay. No, I'll see if I can find somebody.
Well, I see some of the boosters down in the end zone of some of the MacArthur administrators, and they're still pointing at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you can watch over there, and everybody they have their left arm up, and they're showing just how he made the fair catch signal.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what that official is looking at.
It's comical.
Oh.
That's just one of those calls. You know, it's a game. It can go either way, and you can't take anything away from either team. And that's just going to fire these guys up, and I think we'll see a better game of football.
Controversial call in the Clemens game last night. This is MacArthur. Third and long. Their own 20. Shopper. He's got the first down, friends, and he's up to the 35. Great run by Jonathan Shopper. 12-yard carry, and he's slow getting up. Eddie Johnson makes the stop. That'll take the crowd out of it anyway.
Looks like he twisted his left ankle a little bit. He hopped off the field.
First and 10 on a great run by Jonathan Shopper. And time ticking away down to 13. They may not get this play away.
I don't think so.
I don't think they want to. Nope. That will be the end of the third quarter. And after 3 periods of play, MacArthur 21, Victoria 14. We'll be back in 60. This is Ken's Radio High School Playoff Football.
Hungry for a juicy home-style hamburger or delicious chicken fried steak with cream-style gravy, or maybe some mouth-watering pancakes or homemade biscuits and gravy? You need to head to Jim's, San Antonio's favorite Texas home-style restaurant, where home-style cooking is served 24 hours a day. Jim's Restaurants, with 15 locations in San Antonio, there's bound to be one near you. So whatever you're hungry for, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or an after-game midnight snack, head to Jim's, San Antonio's favorite Texas home-style restaurant. For the past 25 years, Aztec Rental has provided San Antonio with the finest equipment in Texas. From mowers to mulchers, from bobcats to backhoes, Aztec has a large inventory of new and well-maintained rental paraphernalia. But Aztec has more than just heavy-duty equipment. At its new location, the Aztec Special Event Center on Austin Highway has furniture, accessories, and items for giant parties, conventions, picnics, and gatherings. Aztec has 4 locations at Sezel and Culebra, South Roosevelt, New Braunfels off I-35, and the Austin Highway address. Let Aztec be your rental equipment headquarters. Doug Rainey and his crew. Call 924-5505.
Back at Alamo Stadium, and we have a beginning of fourth quarter, first and 10 at the 35-yard line after a 14-yard run by Jonathan Shopper. I think Stephen Carter is now wearing number 88 rather than 85, because there is no 88 on the MacArthur roster. First and 10, this is Perkins. He's back. He has plenty of time. He throws, and it's to Luis Servine, and he's got it up at midfield. Great. Their first down.
Great second effort. He caught the ball to 45 and just kept his leg driving.
Stop. 15 yards. This may really be a kick in the rear end for the MacArthur Brandis offense.
It might be. These guys have fired up. The MacArthur side, if you can look, I mean, like I said, it's almost a capacity crowd on the far side.
They're standing.
And they are excited. Everybody is on their feet, and they are ready for something big to happen.
15-yard pickup as Perkins is 6 of 12 for 147. He's still in there because Shopper was shaken up on that last run. Strong side to the right. This is Perkins. Back. Gives it off to Roderick Reynolds. He's through for 5 yards from the 50 to the 45. Good blocking up front. This time it was by Burko, Morris, and Ramirez on the right side. Waylon Hart makes the stop. 2nd and 5 at the 45. Roderick Reynolds has been held in check, though. He's only got 50 yards on 18 carries, but any time he is just a step away from breaking it. So watch out. MacArthur with 2nd down going into the winds now. As coming in with the play is Ormond. Carter wide left, Douglas wide left, and then you've got J.J. Budd. Washington. Picks it up, keeps, 40, down to the 35, cuts inside, on his feet to the 30-yard line, make it to 31. Jason Washington dropped it, picked it up, and then had daylight.
That's amazing. He's
Washington is shaken up.
He's still on the field. He's hurting.
Yep, timeout. Washington is hurt. 14 yards picked up.
Roger Reynolds.
It was Grunwald, senior left linebacker.
Roger Reynolds standing over him.
Mo, can you tell what happened?
Yeah, he was running at full tilt, Gary, and when you tried to stop on the dime, he tried to stop and make a turnaround to get away from the pursuit, and you know, his ankle kind of stayed in one place and his body went the other. So
rolled his ankle a little bit, huh?
He rolled his ankle just. And when you're playing on this AstroTurf, you're not used to it.
Have you seen Shopper? How is he after that ankle injury?
He was up here on the medical table and he was getting taped, and he's over here on the sideline. I think he's ready to go.
Well, Jason Washington, who along with Joey Johnson is such a versatile player for the MacArthur Brahmas. Time on the clock is 10:37. It's 21-14 Mac.
Well, I'll tell you,
at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
I'm looking at Chopper right now, and he's got he got his ankle retaped, and he doesn't have a shoe on, so he's not ready to go yet.
Washington is hopping, and he is holding that. He's favoring that right leg.
Well, that's going to hurt him not only offensively, but really defensively. They need him back there in the defensive back.
You're right.
Offensively, defensively, special teams. He plays everywhere.
Perkins comes back in. You have Cash, Reynolds, Ormond, and Douglas in the receiving corps. J.J. Bud wide left, 1st and 10 at the 31. This is Perkins. He's back. He throws long downfield. There's a man in the clear. Bud has it at the 10, down to the 11-yard line. He beats Conchola at the 11. 20 yards picked up.
Guys, that's been happening to Conchola all day long. He's really just keeping his eye on J.J. Bud, and J.J. Bud is just going all the way right by him and then getting in front of him and catching the football.
That's right. J.J. Bud has such a great eye for the ball. He's able to make those adjustments, and that's the second ball that's really been thrown short. He's able to slow down, get back behind the defender, and make the acrobatic grab.
Servine wide right, Bud wide left.
That's great.
1st and 10 at the 11. Perkins, a man under. Long count. Gives it off to Roderick Reynolds. Reynolds gets to the 9. Gets a yard and a half. And at the bottom of that stack with the big red of Victoria is George Just. 123 in receiving for J.J. Bud on 5 catches. And it's 2nd and 9 at the 10. On a yard pickup by Roderick Reynolds. And as I said, they've kept him in check all day. Ormond goes out. Coming in with a play is Servine.
Well, they better hurry up.
They're going to have to hurry because we have no clock now. So Perkins at the line of scrimmage. Looks it over. Servine wide left. Here's a drop. Look. Throw.
Oh, my God.
What a great pass by catch by Kerry Cash. Not Kerry Cash. I'm sorry. It's by Craig Cash. And he caught like Kerry Cash.
Perkins still on the ground. He was tattooed right as he threw the ball. It was a wounded duck pass, and it was able to be corralled by Chris Cash.
Oh, boy.
That was absolutely amazing. He's up. He's all right.
That was a good year blitz without him.
Tattooed. Man, what a hit.
Guys, that was deservedly so there for MacArthur Brahmas. They needed a break like that. That ball, like Shannon said, was a wounded duck, and it was up for grabs. And number 41, with his back turned to the ball, I don't know how he turned around. It looks like he's got eyes behind his helmet because he caught that one.
Chris Cash. The kick is up. It's good. And it is now 10-play, 80-yard drive, 28-14, as the Brahmas retaliate after the controversial 90-yard touchdown run when a fair catch was signaled, and with 9:17 to go, we'll keep it right here.
Well, I tell you what, gentlemen, with Jason Washington out and also Johnston now, Mike Perkins really kind of woozy right now with that hit, and it looks like it might be either his shoulder or his rib. You know, MacArthur can ill afford to lose any of those 3 guys, so with 9:17 left, they desperately needed that touchdown.
Yeah, and Washington is now up after being on the training table and trying to put weight on his right ankle. And boy, the MacArthur crowd is letting those officials know how they feel.
Yeah, he's running over here. He's running over here on their side of the sideline, and